Ahava just joined. Hi, Ahava. Thanks for joining.
All right. Good evening, everyone. The regular meeting of the Minneapolis Arts Commission will now begin. This meeting is being recorded in accordance with the open meeting law.
Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Joan Vorderbruggen, and I am the chair of the Minneapolis Arts Commission. Before we begin, I'd like to note that this meeting includes the remote participation of members as authorized under Minnesota Statute Section 13D.021 due to the declared local health pandemic. I will now call this meeting to order, and I ask the clerk to call the roll so that we may verify the presence of the quorum.
Thank you. Commissioner Aylesworth?
Here.
Commissioner Bedbury?
Present.
Commissioner Brinkman?
Here.
Commissioner Silky Jones?
Here.
Commissioner Mansfield?
Here.
Commissioner Middag? Commissioner Mabius? Commissioner Smith?
Here.
Commissioner Swinton?
Here.
Commissioner Thompson?
Here.
And Commissioner Vorderbruggen.
Here, and just want to report that Mary just sent a note that she'll be a few moments late, and Commissioner Middag is just getting on too. She's just restarting her computer so we can pump them too. So thank you. With that, we will proceed to our agenda, a copy of which was posted for public access to the city's legislative information management system, which is available at lims.minneapolismn.gov. Okay, we will proceed to our agenda. We've called the roll. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda? And may I also have a motion to approve the minutes? Let's do a shmush. So a motion to approve tonight's agenda and the November minutes, which you should have received via email.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, or I'm sorry, call the roll, Tina.
Commissioner Aylesworth?
Aye.
Commissioner Bedbury?
Aye.
Commissioner Brinkman?
Aye.
Commissioner Silky Jones?
Aye.
Commissioner Mansfield?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Swinton?
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson?
Aye.
And Commissioner Vorderbruggen.
Aye, so moved. Thank you, everyone. And because tonight, well, welcome to December's 2021 Minneapolis Arts Commission meeting. And yes, Mother Nature has told us that she did not want us to convene as we had wished, but I am really proud of us for making a responsible decision because I know that all of us really would love to be together this evening. And I just think it's a good thing that we're staying safe, and we are going to have an enormously great time tonight, as well as a wonderful time when we have a do-over. So we will be getting together and we will talk about this in our executive meeting, and so I'm sure the access team is going to have some cool ideas for us. So I just hope that no one feels too bad about not getting together, and we can still kind of have a good time celebrating all of our amazing accomplishments this past year tonight. So yay. And we have decided to skip introductions to save us some time so that we can get through our business and get on to having some fun. Although I will say that I think that our business is kind of fun tonight. So let's do it. The first item for discussion then is applications and interview updates. And I just want to share with you, and Tina, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we have right now 5 applicants waiting in queue.
You know, actually, we've received, I think, 3 additional. So there may be 8 new people and then 2 that are reapplying.
Okay, so let's just hear it for our first metric of success. We have 8 applicants right now wanting to join our beautiful crew. So that's really exciting. And I just wanted to let everybody know that My intention is to, with the help and support of our nominees committee, Commissioner Bedbury and Commissioner Mansfield, and of course, if anybody else would like to jump along, it's always welcome. But that we will review applications and we will discuss at the start of the year, probably the second week in January, and then schedule interviews to happen. And my hope is that we complete those interviews in January. It's always kind of a goal of ours to get everybody seated, on the commission and seated on an ALT if possible within the first quarter as much as we can. But we know that because we have had a lot of persistent vacancies that, it's kind of been a rolling process, but that's our intent. Is there any questions or feedback about that? All right, great. And I think it's a testament to all of the good work that we're doing, that I think it's pricking the interest of our community that wants to join us. So that's super exciting. The next item is Poet Laureate Work Group updates, and I'd love to hand it off to Commissioner Aylesworth.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Joan. Where we left off last month was we were just presenting at a public hearing in support of a Poet Laureateship for Minneapolis. And where we are this time is some inclusion in the budget for the new year, which is really exciting work. Even though we have milestones to celebrate and jazz hands to give, I want to be really clear and transparent that the $20,000 that was awarded is an allocation out of the new arts department. So I just want to, make sure that we give good recognition that although we're all really excited about the new project and we think it'll eventually be a big broad win for everyone involved in any capacity, I want to continue our advocacy work in the year going forward too, because that was tragically low for the allocation for the new arts department. So I'm very sensitive to the pressures that are placed when there's a new initiative that comes in. But I would like to express that I think the Poet Laureateship is less new in that we've been in support of the idea for a really long time. And I think the momentum from our work group was instrumental in getting this into the budget. So I'm excited and proud of the work that our work group has been doing. And we're by no means stopping for December. We just met yesterday and we're continuing to work on the Youth Poet Laureate. And when I say we're working on it, we're doing our research, and Jack, who has been a phenomenal admin, is trying to piece together some outline that would be reflective of the conversations that we've been having for what we'd like to see as a recommendation for this program going forward. I also want to give special thanks to Golgun, who has made time for extra conversations along the way with us. She gave some really keen insight about language that we could use to kind of emphasize the work elements of these roles so that they can still have their best creative potential without, kind of being bogged down in any other way. She also recommended that we look at the term apprenticeship instead of mentorship for Youth Poet Laureate. So it's still really exciting work, and we're still in the dreaming phase. And the simple answer is that I'm not sure what the work group will be involved with in the new year, but we want to make some strong recommendations from the research and conversations that we've had in hopes that when there is a director after there's a transition to the new department in Q1, that we can continue those conversations. So it's exciting jazz hands. I think it's all really good, and I want to give special thanks to everyone who has made space for this time. We kind of bumped up from bi-weekly meetings to we're going to see who's available to meet once a week in December just to kind of crank out our ideas for a Youth Poet Laureateship. But it's some dream work here. It's really exciting to be a part of ideating with a group of people who are really in support of this, and I hope it'll be a big win for everyone when we're done.
I couldn't be more proud. This is just really, and thank you for that really, really articulate sensitivity about the budget complexity, and that, yes, it is a win, and we're really happy that it was prioritized, but we also recognize that the larger scheme of things is concerning, and it's something that we're going to have to continue to work on. Our city definitely deserves a more robust budget than what's been allocated for our arts sector, and so that's work that we can participate in, right? So thank you so much. Does anyone have any other comments or questions for Commissioner Aylesworth or anyone on the Poet Laureate work group? Okay, awesome. And also, before I forget, I want to also mention, Lana, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Maybe I'll ask Jack this, but I would love for all of your admin materials to be archived at the city. just because this is a new initiative, and I think that it is, it's just interesting to be able to look back at how things are born, for future commissioners and future people who just wonder how to start something like this. So maybe that's something that we can do that can be, because it does kind of feel like legacy work, or not even kind of, it feels like legacy work. So I'm sorry, Ava, go ahead.
Oh, no. Well, I will co-sign on that and say it was so interesting when we got started that there was no archive of the previous work towards this initiative. So I think that's a great idea. I just had to share a fun anecdote that after the opening on Friday, I was talking to Mayor Fry and talking about the Arts Commission. He's like, oh, we're just so appreciative of all you, and, just very generous with his praise. And I said, and what do you think about the poet laureate? He's like, it's about time, isn't it? And just was like, no hesitation, extremely supportive of the idea. So I thought that was a fun nugget to bring back to the group.
Thank you, totally. That's super nice. I'm glad you're able to share that with them. Lisa, you have your hand up? You're on mute, my dear.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry. That our Lita Little is, has been announced as the new ED over at the Loft. And that made me think just the work that she had done with Givens on programs, that there's like a particular link we should make in thinking about the Poet Laureate program and how we might be able to work with some of our, community organizations that help support that kind of work. And it might be a real opportunity as she's coming in. I think she starts sometime, she said in March. So it might, I just think it'd be something to pin.
Smart. That'd be great. I took a note. I'm sure that Lana took a note, but that's definitely a good idea. Thank you. Anyone else? Any comments, feedback, questions? All right, terrific work. Thank you so much. That's so exciting. Okay, next up, item number 6 is the adoption of our 2022 MAC meeting dates. So we're going to adopt both our executive committee dates, and these were also shared with you, but I will drop them in the chat really quick if it's helpful, if I'm capable of doing this. There they are. And then also our regular meeting dates. And I believe that all of this, I know Tina vetted all of this, and thank you for doing that, Tina. But at the same time, we may choose to change dates as we go along for whatever reasons. And it's not as if that isn't possible. It's just nice to be able to kind of have a set schedule that we, can all put on our calendars and such. So is there any questions, concerns, comments? Okay. May I have a motion to approve the 2022 MAC meeting dates for Executive Committee and the General Commission?
So moved.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
I can second that.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. Tina, do you mind calling the roll?
Yes, thank you. Commissioner Aylesworth?
Aye.
Commissioner Brinkman?
Aye.
I'm sorry, and I went out of order. Commissioner Bedbury, sorry.
Aye, I was unmuted and ready to go.
Commissioner Silky Jones?
Aye.
Commissioner Mansfield?
Aye.
Commissioner Midday?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Swinton?
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson?
Aye.
And Commissioner Vorderbruggen?
Aye. So moved. Yay. Thanks, you guys. And the next item on our agenda, drum roll, please. I have to thank Lucy and Mary. I picked on them to help me with this year in review. And I am going to read it because I also want to just, you can send this to me via email later, or however you want to get it back to me. But if there's anything here, I didn't want to have you all edit it and review it because I wanted it to also serve as like a, hey, you did an awesome job and I'm really appreciative of you, and so is everybody else, kind of a surprise. And I'm also just stoked that we got our year in review done, because I was like, I was pushing it off. It felt like something we maybe couldn't get done. But so thank you to the executive committee for giving me a little nudge, and to Mary and Lucy for helping, because there's a lot in here and I'm going to go through it as quickly as I can. Raise your hand. I'll look up every once in a while. And definitely jazz hand it up, okay? And there's going to be a little bit more creative look at the past year a little bit later on in tonight's program, just so you know. But this is the formal, this is going to be like what we send to all of our council members, all of the senior policy aides, all of the high-level directors and staff at the city to let them know all of the amazing work that happened this year on behalf of our community with the commission. So this is the 2021 year in review and special recognition for the Minneapolis Arts Commission. In 2021, the Minneapolis Arts Commissioners and the commission's subcommittees worked diligently to advance both near and long-term goals. Thank you to these individuals and committees for all of their work. And some of the highlights are listed below. And I want to just add something that I didn't add in this because I felt like it would kind of look a little funny, being that we're going to use it to give it to staff and elected, but I want to thank all of our chairs additionally, that like every person who chaired a group this year, and there are many of you, we got a lot of groups out here, so thank you to all of our chairs, and I hope that it goes without saying that your leadership is like critical to get all this work done, so thank you so much. All right, the executive committee, myself, Commissioner Aylesworth, Bedbury, Thompson, and Swinton. Leadership, meeting monthly to address changing priorities, needs, and objectives for the success of each action learning team and committee, resulting in effective communication to advance strategic agenda setting and ultimately support the success of the 2021 work plan. Yeah, that was really a good experience. Also, careful development of the Commission's 2022 work plan, the most detailed and ambitious work plan in the Commission's recent history, through collaboration with all ALT teams. So that is very exciting, and that's coming up next. The Executive Committee ensured that Commission meetings were run according to COVID restrictions in the city's emergency order while ensuring they were also productive and fun. I think all of us really pitched in with that, to be honest. The Policy and Advocacy Action Learning Team, let's hear it for Commissioner Aylesworth, Chair, Commissioner Hava Silky Jones, Commissioner Thompson. Advocacy, letter writing, thought leadership, and support for the creation of the Department of Art and Cultural Affairs. Wow, no small thing. In doing this work, we strengthen our relationships with council members, policy aides, and senior level staff housed in CPED, City Coordinator's Office, and the City Clerk. Hooray. Ongoing development and leadership to create policies and criteria for the use of the consent agenda, and providing input on public art policies and best practices, as well as tracking systems and ongoing support for commissioners to meet with elected and staff. So just a whole bunch of stuff. And then I want to just call out a special recognition to Commissioner Aylesworth for leading this process, participating in many one-on-one meetings with staff, updating the commission along the way to provide strategy and action steps, as well as serving as the commission's representative and public speaker for related public hearings. So Lana showed up. Thank you so much. Okay, the Poet Laureate Work Group. Commissioner Aylesworth, Chair, Commissioner Bedbury, Mabius, Silky Jones. The formation of a working group that advanced a Poet Laureate initiative for 2022 for the city of Minneapolis. This was achieved by working collaboratively and strategically with council members, staff, and community leaders, with tasks including meeting administration and facilitation, development of a logo, letter writing, copy development to advance a social media and public hearing strategy, gathering and collaborative analysis of an enormous amount of research, and this is ongoing, of other programs across the nation, and speaking at city council budget hearings. These efforts have ultimately demonstrated best practices for how the commission can work to advance and prioritize similar work in the future. So this is groundbreaking legacy stuff. So special recognition to the collaborative effort of the Poet Laureate Work Group, composed of the members of the Policy and Advocacy ALT, as well as Commissioners Bedbury and Mabius, with Commissioner Aylesworth chairing. I mean, whoa. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving, and I'm not seeing any hands up. You guys can blurt if you need to. Access and Engagement Action Learning Team, Commissioner Brinkman, Chair. Commissioner Bedbury, Midag, and Swinton, thank you. Development and implementation of a survey that generated a robust response from artists, working in collaboration with various city departments, gathering feedback on the successes and challenges of working with the city. This outreach has served to develop relationships with artists as the Access Group prepares for a more in-depth artist panel discussion in 2022. Very exciting. And might I add, something that had been talked about for a very long time that came to fruition this year. So congratulations that you all moved that across the line. The curation of an invitation to individual BIPOC artists and representatives of citywide BIPOC-led arts organizations to facilitate introductions to the commission, allow for information sharing about their work and missions, consideration of how the commission can support their work, and the strengthening of these relationships with the commission. Guest speakers were invited, paid, and supported nearly every month via 15-minute presentations and Q&A time at the top of each meeting. This required many one-on-one meetings, administrative support, and follow-up with great success. So another thank you guys. Special recognition to Commissioner Swinton for his time and investment in strengthening relationships with Black artists and Black community arts leaders across the city to meet with the commission and to share their work and impact. Thank you, Commissioner Swinton. Fantastic job. All right. Public Art Advisory Panel, Commissioner Smith, Chair, Mansfield, Thompson, and me, sometimes. Working alongside the public art staff, the panel supported the completion of 17 permanent works for the new Public Service Center building and volunteered and participated in celebrating the artists and individuals who made it possible. And I want to thank everyone else who has been doing that as well and showing up to the events and being present and volunteering. So additional thank you is deserved. In 2021, the panel made recommendations to the commission for works to retain and deaccession in the city's portable collection, draft policies for the portable collection, design approval for the Green Crescent and Curry Park, utility box permit for the Southeast Como Improvement Association, 4 new projects to be funded through the Present for Art ordinance, and artist selection for the 2021 project. It's a lot of work. The commission prioritized ongoing critical analysis of public art design centering on culturally sensitive content, including ensuring artists have received thoughtful input from the relevant cultural communities on their designs, and including cultural bias training for all members of the Public Art Advisory Panel in the future. And I just want to mention that I had written in this coming year, and Mary made the very thoughtful edit that it will be forever, as long as we are here. So we're just going to embed that as a best practice, which is awesome and is real change. So special recognition to Commissioner Mansfield for leading discussions about culturally sensitive content by courageously pushing back, asking questions, and generously engaging in dialogue with artists and staff. Let's hear it for Mari. Wow. Thank you so much for doing that hard work. That is not easy to do, and we really appreciate you for it. The Nominations Committee, Commissioner Bedbury, Commissioner Mansfield, Commissioner me. In 2021, the Nominations Committee reviewed 10 applications by individuals to be appointed to the Arts Commission. We interviewed applicants, and we advanced the names of Commissioners Mabius and Thompson to be appointed to the commission by the mayor and the council. Special recognition goes to us, all 3 of us, for working diligently reviewing applications and conducting interviews throughout the year. So thank you to my fellow commissioners, Bedbury and Mansfield, for sticking with that. That's extra time, and it's really appreciated. And then to finish, other special recognitions are special recognition to Commissioner Bedbury for generously serving on the Access and Engagement Action Learning Team, the Poet Laureate Work Group, the Executive Committee, and the Nomination Committee in 2021. Whoa, beat that, you can't. Thank you, Mandy. Special recognition to Commissioner Thompson for serving on the Executive Committee and the Policy and Advocacy Action Learning Team, as well as joining the Public Art Advisory Panel in her very first year of service. Thank you, Lucy. Yay. And special recognition to Tina Beach for serving as staff for the commission, posting minutes and agendas, assuring the commission's meetings were consistent with the emergency order and open meeting law, and generally stepping up to the plate to support the needs of the commission. Huge, huge, deep, and sincere gratitude to Tina Beach. Everybody's hands are going. Thank you so much. And last but not least, special recognition to Mary Altman, who has not even joined us yet, but this is recorded and she can check it out. Thank you, Mary. Special recognition to Mary Altman for serving as the direct point of contact for the commission and city staff during a very intense year, providing steady guidance, enormous support, facilitating information sharing and insight at the many meetings that facilitated this year's work plan. So again, this is not published yet. So if there's anything that you want to send me, please do. I'm open to it. I'd like to send it out before the holiday break to everybody next week. So that's my plan. So I guess edits end of day Friday, appreciated. But that's that. And you should have all, oh, Mary's here. Yay, did you hear that, Mary?
Yes, I've been here for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just had my camera off, but I feel like we should draft a special recognition to the chair and include it in, especially for keeping the train on track. And after you read all that, it's a really long train with a lot of cars, but also for your undying enthusiasm for this work. And I think I personally appreciate that, and I'm sure other people would have other things to draft for the special recognition. So I know you wrote this, and so people didn't have the opportunity to write about you, but I think especially as we send it out, you send it out to key leadership that should get in there too.
That's generous. Thanks.
I'd be happy to pull it together if anybody wants to send me their thoughts.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. That's super nice. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's, how could you not be exceedingly proud of all of this? I mean, I participate in very many different leadership groups, and I cannot say that our end of year review is that robust. This is not, I mean, I think everyone is really, every single person in this entire commission is doing heavy lifting. You all are. And we know that, like, with the pandemic and everything that we have experienced in our city together as a community, the fact that you show up and you volunteer and you are completing all of this hard work is just, it's just phenomenal. And I'm excited for our elected and our colleagues to recognize you as well. Okay, so any other comments, feedback? All right, we're gonna move on to a really exciting portion of our agenda this evening, which is to recognize our dear friend and fearless leader, Commissioner Lisa Middag, who has served for 9 years. Is that correct? You're muted. Unmute, Lisa. Sorry, you're gonna have to be unmuted right now.
I don't know the math. That sounds like too long, but someone's got math for me. That just feels crazy.
It's just amazing. So I wanted everyone to have a chance to say, we'll just round robin and we'll tag like we do, popcorn each other or whatever, if that's okay. I hope, unless people are inspired to just raise their hand, and I'm happy to call on you. But Lisa, I will say that I don't know for sure, but did you ask me to join the commission? Did I join because of you?
I think we colluded.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you got me though. I don't think it was on my radar. I think you, so anyway, thank you, because this has been a tremendous experience being on the commission. And I will say that when I started, I honestly was really super scared and terrified of the formality of the commission. And even as I had some limited board and commission work on my belt, it just, that, you know, there's just a lot more formality to governance type bodies, and the Roberts rules, you guys all know I still trip over them all the time. And Lisa, you were just so generous and so like warm and loving about my participation, and even encouraged me to be on the executive committee. And I watched you demonstrate what it means to lead, but also I watched you demonstrate what it means to support others to lead. And I would say if I were to say the most powerful thing I learned from you is how to do your best to bring out the best in people and for them to feel as if they have the agency and the ability to lead. And so I know that that's a very difficult thing to do, and I'm certainly not perfect at it, but that inspired me more than anything else in my time with you on the commission. And so I thank you deeply and sincerely, and I would love to pass it to whoever would like to go.
I'll jump in next. I'd just like to say, Lisa, you were the first friendly face when I showed up at the building unannounced to just sit in on a MAC meeting to see what it was like. And immediately after, you were like, so do you want to come back again? Because you found the building So +1, first of all. And I just thought that, your presence and your hosting, even of a meeting level, not to mention your many other hosting talents, friend, and were really just inspiring in all of our encounters together. I think they were brief in-person encounters together after this long year. So I hope that you stay in touch, and I'd really like to connect with you in the real lives again. But thank you. I think it was pretty inspiring just to walk in the door and be so welcomed. So appreciate that.
I would have to say like both the same. Yeah, because the whole concept of how formal everything was scared the stuff out of me. And then my first year was when we first started to try to break out into the ALTs. And I remember that just having that unknown, and we would do it during our meeting times to try to give us time to do it. And you just kind of have this natural ability to make people feel comfortable and to lead, but also here's your special skill that a lot of people can't do when they lead, is to make everybody in the room feel empowered to do it with you. Instead of just following your lead, we get excited to do it along with you. And so that was really inspiring to watch. And I could have watched it like every day. So hopefully I'll get to work with you again in the future, because that was awesome.
Yeah, I'll go next. It's been a short time, Lisa, but I've been impressed with your just wealth of knowledge. And it's one thing to have a wealth of knowledge. It's another thing to be, I know everything. And you have that balance of I have wealth of knowledge, but I'm not a know-it-all, and I don't, make people feel like you don't know anything, because I know it all. So I thought that was, very powerful for my experience with you. So you'll be missed.
Yeah, I can go next and just say that I'm definitely have a lot of gratitude for you, Lisa, and been lucky to work with you in different aspects in the city, projects and ways and collaborations. And it makes me feel better knowing that you're out there doing the work that you do, really, really solid. So thank you for your years of service here, but also thank you for contributing so much out. Gestures wildly.
I can go next. I was going to say I had a similar experience to Lana. I remember when I first joined the council, or commission rather, seeing you, and you just exude a warmth and like calmness and confidence. And I remember thinking like, oh, I can't wait till I feel that way, like that I've been just like veteran or seasoned, but also like so also warm and inviting, and all the different things that have kind of already been iterated. But I have some of those very similar memories, and also excited to know you and to hopefully get an opportunity to work together again.
Well, I'll go next. I haven't really worked with you much, Lisa, but I know you outside of here a little bit, but I enjoyed our conversation where you shared some of what you've learned being on the commission, and gave me some good groundwork just to think about my role being a new commissioner. And certainly want to recognize 9 years of volunteer work. That's incredible. It's incredible to hang in there, and through lots of ups and downs, I'm sure, but just maintaining that level of commitment of service is really incredible. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, Lisa, hi. I also didn't get to work too much with you directly, but I do know that you've obviously had such a passion and commitment to the city, not just on MAC, but also with your work outside of the MAC. You're very much committed to the city and making it more beautiful. So thank you so much for everything you've done.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was when I started on the commission. You were my mentor, and that was really nice getting to hear about the commission. And we were both working downtown in the office way back then. You can remember that. So going out to lunch, just walking somewhere and talking was something that I really liked. Yeah, so it's been good, and I'm hoping that you'll have some more backyard concerts sometime in the future eventually.
Mary, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, if everybody else went, but I want to thank you, Lisa, especially for your hard questions. I have really appreciated that over the 9 years, and you always asking, why do we do things that way? Why can't we do them a different way? I think you have been a good, challenging colleague for me to have, and I've learned a lot from you in that way.
Thank you, Mary. That's a very generous way of interpreting that. I thank you for it.
I think I'm the last one, maybe.
Yes, go ahead.
Lisa,
Gogoon's the reason I was on the commission, I think.
I was going to say, I remember walking through the Skyway with you and you wondering if it was a good idea. So I don't remember what I said. I remember I was skeptical, but I'm really glad that you chose to participate because your presence has made the work better. I truly believe in good conflict, in healthy engagement with disagreement, because that's the way that things improve. So thank you for being a questioner. Oops. My dog's going crazy. Thank you for being you, because while I haven't had the privilege to interact with you on the commission, as my office doesn't work directly with the commission, I've had the benefit of hearing your tough questions and thinking about how to answer them. So thank you. And I look forward to engaging with you more in the community.
Absolutely. Thank you, Google.
Did everyone have a chance?
And thank you for the kombucha. It's still going strong.
Excellent.
That's awesome. Lisa, would you like to open your gift, or is that weird?
Oh no, I saved it.
Okay, good. I hoped you would. And then also too, feel free to share whatever you would like to share with us.
Well, the main thing I would like to share is you are all awesome, and you are going to, I don't know, lay to waste everything that has come before in the Arts Commission and kill it, because the level of and caliber of work you are all bringing, and the exciting moment we have with the creation of the new department. And I know there are challenges, but this is really extraordinary progress, and you all have worked so tirelessly on it through a really ungodly time, right? And have done amazing work. So I've been really humbled by all the work you guys have all done. And even as I'm, I'm grateful to be able to round out my service here, but also I feel like a little pining for not being able to be around as you're going to do all the more things that you're going to accomplish, which is amazing. And that's about all I can say about that, but thank you so much. All right, I'm going to open this beautiful box. So thank you.
Some Wonder Woman wrapping paper, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome. I saw that. For folks, I don't know if folks saw that, but it's like grace, justice, strength. And you maybe don't know, but at one point in my professional career, I had that nickname. So, oh, wow, it smells wonderful. Oh, it's beautiful. There's some beautiful candles. Oh, you guys, and some beautiful scent, and a bath ball, which will absolutely get good use. Oh, and some beautiful matches. Thank you. Look at this beauty here. So beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody. This is right in my wheelhouse. I will love it all and use it very happily. So Oh, it smells so
Yay.
good. I wish you could all smell it.
I have to add, it's Kobe candles. So if you
Yes.
recall last year, I
Yep,
think we had
absolutely.
candles too. And it's the Purple Rain package. So I was
Right. Woo! Joan and I are working together, which is phenomenal. So we don't have to sunset, even though my time on the Mac is done. It's really exciting that we get to keep working together too. So thank you all so much. That was really too kind. And you guys are gonna do so much more without me than you ever were able to do with me, that I'm just like gonna be stunned and excited to watch it all happen. So.
Yay, thanks everybody. Really nice. Okay, the last order of business today, and then we get to party, is the adoption of the 2022 Minneapolis Arts Commission Work Plan. Which, Mary, do you mind sharing the feedback that you shared with me with this group right before we take this motion here? If I can put you on the spot if you don't mind.
No, I'm happy to. You know, I've worked with the Arts Commission for 20 years, 21 years, I think, actually. And I just have to say that this is, I think, the most thoughtful, rigorous work plan in the history of the time that I've been working with the commission. And it blew me away when I first saw it a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh my God. And I don't know if you guys remember where you were a couple of years ago, some of you, but you weren't feeling empowered. But this is the most empowered work plan ever too. So I'm just, you know, I'm excited to be working with you on it in 2022.
I thank you for that. And really, you know, when Mary had provided, and I'm really happy she could share that with all of you, when she had given me that feedback, you know, my response was, this group is digging in. Digging way in, right? And we're getting stuff done, and all of us are picking up and lifting different pieces. And I feel like and I know I say this every time we meet, but there is literally this maturity of our subcommittees happening too. And we're learning how to do our jobs even better every day with the help of each other. I think I see a lot of learning happening and a lot of cross collaboration going on. And now, of course, that's coming out in different ways where subcommittees are starting to have more collaborative experiences as well. And I just think that that's about as nice of a hum of an engine that we could hope for. And I am excited to be any part of it. And I'm really appreciative to everybody that we're in this place. This feels really different. It truly and honestly does feel really different. And not that there hasn't been tremendous work that's happened in the past, because certainly there has, and lots of it. It just feels like this group has had enough time together and is really, really committed. So I just say thanks, and this work plan really is a result of all of that. So without further ado, may I have a motion to approve the adoption of the 2022 Minneapolis Arts Commission Work Plan?
So moved.
So moved.
I was gonna say, go for it, Lisa. Thank you, Commissioner Thompson. That's very sweet. Any other discussion? All right, Tina, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Aylesworth,
Aye.
Commissioner Bedbury,
Aye.
Commissioner Brinkman,
Aye.
Commissioner Silky Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Mansfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Midak,
Aye.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Swinton,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
and Commissioner Vorderbruggen.
Aye, so moved. Congrats, everybody. Cheers. Yay. Very exciting. Okay. Last item then is if there's any new business to bring forward before we adjourn. And Golgun is leaving. Thank you, Golgun. Thanks for everything this year. Really appreciate it. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you. Okay. Any new business that anyone wants to bring forward, or any updates or anything burning? Okay, great job. We're mostly on time. Woohoo. With that, we have completed all items on the agenda for this meeting. I will ask members and staff if there are any other matters to come before this meeting. If not, and without objection, I will declare this meeting adjourned. Thank you. Yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't know if Sunny is here. Is she?
Sunny, the app she's getting the Microsoft Teams app, and she texted to say that she's almost done. So, oh, hi, as if on cue.
Yeah, here I am.
We literally just finished our official business. Welcome. And I can introduce you in a second, but I just wanted to give everyone permission to get what they need, their snacks, their drinks, their restroom break, or whatever needs to happen.